flaws and all, womanhood, sisterhood, and traveling through the worst hood, adulthood, conversation from a woman's point of view. This is the S.I.S Podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome to S.I.S, Simply Incredible Sisters. We are women on a mission to empower other beautiful, lovely women. We are here talking about travel, women empowerment. We're talking about finance. We're talking about it all. We're getting deep down and dirty. So in this episode, we are talking about traveling to the motherland. Ooh. Welcome to Africa, specifically West Africa. So let's start off with Jay Quayle. How did you end up in Africa? Like, what brought you there? Why Africa and Nigeria of all places?
Hey guys, so this is Quayle. So I was a bridesmaid to my friend's wedding, and it was so exciting. This actually was my first trip out of the country. So everything was new to me. The long flight,
How long was the flight?
My flight, first of all, I had a layover. I actually had a 6-hour layover, but the first flight was 10 hours, and then the second flight was 4. So a total of 14 hours.
No, girl, that's 20 hours.
That's 20 hours.
Oh, because y'all counted the layover.
Make the math make sense.
Yeah, y'all counted the layover.
I heard 10, 4, and 6. The math was the math.
Right. Y'all counted the layover. I didn't count the layover. I just counted the first flight.
Girl, that's a whole day.
Yeah, it was. It was long. It was long, but it was well worth the time. It was exciting. So, our flight was coming first. We came from Atlanta to London, and then we went from London to Naija. When we got to Naija, we was in the line in customs waiting to go and get our passports stamped, and it was a lady who the bride hired to come and get us. And she was calling my name, and I was like, I don't know that lady. She don't know me. I am not about to go with her. And my husband and my best friend was like, this the lady Jenny hired. We got to go. This lady she sent for us. So it was fun, and it was an adventure from the airport on. So how was yours, Queez?
Oh my gosh. How I ended up there, of course, my dear sister Jenny recruited me as being a bridesmaid. And of course, I obliged because why wouldn't I? Love her to death. So yes, I took this crazy ride. And the craziest thing is that your girl almost didn't make it. Let me tell you something. When I tell you it was the struggle, the queen of struggle was sitting right here before your eyes, because I almost didn't make it. Like when they said COVID test, I said, okay, let me go get this antigen test, because clearly this was the beginning of COVID. We didn't know what was going on for real. So I'm thinking, oh, COVID test is a COVID test. Not knowing that you need an antibody, not an antigen, the antibody one. So I'm up here, luckily, by me being a medical laboratory scientist. Whoop, whoop, your girl got connections. So,
girl, you falsified your documents too?
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
This is a recommended okay.
We will not confirm or deny if anybody falsified any legal medical documents. We cannot confirm or deny that happened. And as a person in the medical field, I would never condone anyone to falsify their medical documents. Absolutely. Therefore, you could be putting yourself at risk. But I did not. I did not falsify my documents. But I did hit the people up like, hey, I need because usually, the turnaround times are long. Like it's like a day or two to get your results back. So your girl didn't have a day or two. Like literally my flight was about to leave. So I'm like, okay, let me hit my friends up. Hey, I need this test real quick. And what usually takes a day or two took 30 minutes.
Hey. Determination. You love me, girl. Ooh.
The love is strong over here because baby. Then when I get there, they like, okay, yeah, you got your documents, but you need this QR code to even get your stuff. I'm like, what the heck is a QR code? I mean, I got my passport. I got my antibody test. What are you talking about? This is all this fine print was throwing me. So now I'm like, Jenny, look, it ain't happening. I had already missed my flight at this point. I was like, I ain't going, but I was like, look, I'm determined. My sister wants me here. I didn't pay this money. So I'm going to shake. So I got the QR code. I was able to get on a standby flight to Atlanta from Birmingham. And luckily somebody gave up their seat because literally it was like one seat left, and it was like a group of people trying to go somewhere, and they was like, "Go ahead, let her go." I was like, "Please let me go." Y'all don't understand.
Wow.
I literally had a 30 minute.
Seriously.
I literally had a 30-minute gap between the flight that I was supposed to be on was about to leave from Atlanta, so I had to book it like to go to France because I went from Atlanta. I went from Birmingham to Atlanta, Atlanta to Paris, and then from Paris to Nigeria. And man, when I say I was like relieved, everybody was like, they thought I had missed my flight. Well, I had missed my flight actually, but everybody was like, Chris ain't gonna make it. She gonna be back at work on Monday because ain't no way.
Right.
But I made it and I got there, and just like Quail, I was scared to death when I saw this lady who knew my name. I was like, this could be a lady who say, "Yeah, come here so I can take all your money."
What it sound like when she pronounce your name? When she pronounce your name, Queez, what it sound like?
Baby, it didn't sound like no Jaquise. It sounded like something that was from another land, and I was like,
they gave you an African name. They gave you a Nigerian name.
Baby, she put a twist on it. I don't know what she was talking about.
Jenny, did you give her our nicknames? Like, did she know I was Quail?
No, I just gave her y'all names.
Oh,
I don't know what that lady said. I don't know. She was asking me what was in my bag, and she wanted some chocolate. It was just a whole mess.
I'm over it.
It was a whole mess.
Not asking for snacks for compensation. Lord.
Baby, did she ask you for snacks too, Felicia? How she got
No,
you?
I don't think so. Okay, so my story is probably just as crazy as you guys. So to provide some context, this was in the middle of COVID. Okay,
Yes.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
December,
COVID
2020.
December, right? So keep in mind that COVID like hit their big break maybe around March, because I remember being out of school in March because I'm a teacher, of course. But I remember being out of school in March. So for me, it was perfect planning in terms of like traveling during COVID because everything was cheap. I'm talking about everything because nobody was going anywhere. Of course, no one wanted to be sick. But you know, I'm an OG out here in these streets, so I was like, hey, I'll still travel. But so my husband and I,
love is real.
It is seriously, seriously. So we thought, we figured that we would just fly up to like the Maryland area, DC, because the flights were actually cheaper. Hence, Tiwa told me that it was going to be cheaper to fly from up there. So I was like, okay, cool. So I fly there, and then I catch my flight. The ultimate setup. Dun dun dun. Insert music here, please. So once we got to DC, right? How about they told me that the flight was canceled to Nigeria? So now I'm stuck in DC.
Not you going back home.
Hello. So I called. He was the person who told me to fly there. I'm like, hey, like we're gonna be stranded because they told me that there wasn't another flight leaving out for 2 days. So me and Beto made this a whole vacation. At this point, we going sightseeing, we doing all kind of stuff because we stuck for 2 days. So we lose our 2 days because I mean we had already reserved our room and all that kind of stuff, and it was nothing we could do about that. So when we finally got there, I'm not even talking about the shots or anything. Oh my God, just to get to Nigeria.
The shots.
Yes, you got to be like completely vaccinated for other stuff. Like
the yellow fever.
I was looking at, my God. Listen, Linda, somebody should have warned me. So I'm warning you guys every day. They're telling me, oh yeah, you're gonna have to take these pills. I'm like, am I gonna die? What is this?
Right.
Oh, wait, Fee, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to interject real quick because I need to ask a question.
Oh Lord.
You was having all of these conversations about travel to Nigeria with Tiwa instead of me.
Because that's my sister.
Yes, but when's the last time Tiwa went to Nigeria versus the last time?
But we didn't want to stress the bride as well.
Right.
Yeah, so, I know
and Tiwa was handling everything though.
She was on
and that's how you ended up in DC on a no flight.
That is how I ended up in DC.
No, that's not how she ended up in DC on a no
but Tiwa, let me interject. Hold on,
Tiwa. On no flight with
give me a second.
Ass Virgin Airlines had nothing to do with me.
No. I only fly Delta.
Anything happened to Aisha.
I was about to say I only fly Delta. However,
but it was Virgin that you were taking. Their partner was
but
Delta.
Tiwa did make sure that I was taken care of. She made sure she sent the car. So when I tell you me and babe, we had a good little weekend, it really was. We just wish that we were there sooner instead of coming days late and still, I mean, that's a full day's flight. And then you only staying for a few days now because you anticipate on staying 7. But getting there, I must say that I totally enjoyed just walking in, seeing like all the different people. And as a matter of fact, never mind. It was a good vibe. I couldn't wait to get to where I was supposed to be because there was a lot of people out there. I couldn't wait to get to where I was supposed to be, which was my room, my hotel room.
The vibe was good, but I was still scared because baby, them people was out there just waiting.
Hello. They was like, but my girl Jenny came to the rescue.
Right. She pulled up quick because I was like, it's real sketch out here. Folks have to check my bag. I'm like, why?
Okay. Tiwa, so how about you? You said this was your first time going back in 18 years. I mean, that's major. What was your experience like going back in the middle of COVID?
Yeah. So first of all, hey everyone, it's your girl Tiwa, everybody's favorite TT. All right. And yes, this was my first time going back to Nigeria after 18 years. The last time I was in Nigeria, I was 11, 12 years old. So it was a long time since I've been. I know y'all don't judge me, but it was definitely extenuating circumstances as to why I had not gone back to Nigeria. But of course, by default, there was literally no option but for me to be in Nigeria because it was my sister's wedding and there was absolutely no way, shape, or form I could not be in Nigeria for my
baby. You would have had some problems.
I don't think I would have survived not being in Nigeria for my sister's wedding.
Lord have mercy.
So I myself as well, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the love of my life, my nephew, my sister would not be able to ask me for anything else after this wedding. You hear me? She would have to give me about 2-3 years break before she uttered her mouth to ask me for a favor after this wedding. Okay, because flying during COVID international is trash. Big trash. All trash. Terrible. Do not recommend. Do not.
And we had to pay $500 for our test, by the way, because we stayed there for 2 extra days.
Yeah.
They made us retest again, and it was $250 a person.
Serious? Like
dead serious.
Listen,
yeah, we love you, girl.
Yeah. The love is real. Flying
the love is so real.
So
it's the fine print for me.
When I got to the airport, right? We got to the airport hours upon hours upon hours early, right? Because my family were freaking flyers internationally to, Nigeria. This isn't our first rodeo. My daddy goes back and forth all the time, so he knows better, right? We go. The first people that we trying to get there is my baby sister. Felicia had the same issue that my baby sister had, which was she was flying Delta. Delta is partnered with Virgin Airlines. Virgin Airlines decided to cancel all of their flights from Dulles International Airport, but did not say anything.
Everybody I wouldn't have flew there.
Virgin, you owe us some free flights. You hear me?
Even did they not say? Not only did they not say anything, they even confirmed and verified reservations.
Exactly. Oh, no. Yes, so they sent me my confirmation email and everything. It was ghetto here.
They ghetto. That's what I said. They ghetto.
You did not know until you got to the airport that there was no Virgin flights flying out of Dulles. They had canceled all of them. So you had to transfer your ticket over to Delta, and then you had to fly Delta's connecting flights to wherever Delta was connecting to try and catch your connections. And you had a limited time period to be able to do so. So that's what happened with Felicia and Craig. The only thing is I didn't know that Fee and Craig were on the same flight because she said she always flies Delta. Yeah. So I didn't know that the airline that she was on was Virgin. I'm thinking it's Delta, so she good. Had I known it was Virgin, I'd have been like, you might want to check your ticket, sis, and change that joint over. But I was flying Emirates, bougie Emirates.
Oh, okay, rich auntie vibes.
Right. I was like, it's everybody ain't able. 18 years. I said, I gotta go. you know what I mean, during the time when I need to go, right?
Yes.
So I get to Emirates and I'm there early, wait to, go ahead and go up there to the front. I got all my paperwork, everything in order, got my passport, got my PCR test because I knew better. Did my research.
Not because I knew
sorry,
better.
Queese,
Shot
but
strong.
I knew better.
Right. I felt that in the chest.
I had all of that done. So because Emirates changed their flight plan, they changed my layover from only 4 to 6 hours to 22 hours, right?
Lord.
So because I was going
perfect.
to be in Dubai for longer than 16 hours, it was considered a stop, not a layover, which means that my COVID test no longer qualified.
COVID.
No.
COVID.
So they would not let me check in. I was pissed. I was like, I said, but this is not my problem.
Right.
Your problem. You changed my flight. I didn't change my flight. You changed it. They would not let me get on. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, I can't miss it because there was no other connecting flight from Dubai to Nigeria. The next connecting flight was going to be after the wedding. I would not have made the wedding. And I was like, there's no way that this can happen. This cannot happen. So I'm like, I'm about to cry. I'm calling everybody I know. I'm calling my uncles. I'm like, I need to figure out something. I need to make this happen. So I drive the next flight out. I missed my flight that day. They moved my seat to the next flight the next day. I had to rush, called everywhere else, had to pay $300 for a rapid PCR test. So therefore it fell within the timeline so I could get to Dubai, rush, get a rapid PCR test, pay them $300, then go back to the airport all the way back to Dulles, which mind you is a whole hour away from where we live.
Oh my God.
Emirates would have had to run me a check.
To make my flight to Dubai, could not leave the airport because if I had left the airport, I would have had to pay to take another COVID test and that would have taken 24 hours and I would have.
So the word or phrase that we need to know for this whole podcast is fine print.
Because baby, COVID was trash. Had to leave. Thank God for my goddaddy.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Uncle Benga. Thank you, goddaddy. You're amazing because he definitely gave me, the private lounge access, so I could at least stay in the private lounge in Dubai while I waited for my flight.
And there is a perk.
You hear me?
And then I made it. Then I made it to Nigeria. And they literally, when I got there, they were just like, I went through it because I have my Nigerian passport. So I didn't go through the American line. I went through the other line. And they're like, my sister, just small change, small $20. I said, what small $20 do I have to give you? You want the blood that's in my veins? Is that what you want?
Let me tell y'all, she haven't been there for 18 years, but she had been there for 18 years. Yes, Felicia. it kicked in.
The weather it kicked in. I said, you're mad if you think I'm paying you anything.
Oh my goodness gracious.
All right. So Jenny, how was it for you? Like having everybody come to support you for your wedding from long and far, baby, and having, especially now that you hear all of our struggles that you didn't hear. We ain't want to boggle you down.
Right. Because I honestly, this is honestly the first time I'm hearing a lot of these stories. I knew Queese's or whatever after she had got there. And I was just like, oh my God, these people really love me. Like, this is like, what in the world? So let's put the background, formulate everything together from my perspective, already being in Nigeria. And mind you, I had already been in Nigeria for 2 months at this point, because I had to leave early back in October because unfortunately, my grandmother passed and in America, and we had to ship her body back to Nigeria. So getting my grandfather, child, the struggle is real. Think about planning a wedding and shipping a body.
We know why funeral homes, people that own funeral homes, they drive Bentleys because they pay.
Listen, baby, they making coin. If you ain't got at least $25K in the bank, don't let your loved one die in another country, because baby, it ain't cheap. And they want cash money. They don't take credit. Yes. Okay, you hear me? Like,
fine print.
So I have been there like all the way. And mind you, this is when like the Lekki Tollgate massacre occurred. And I had been there all the way through that. And of course, now that, fast forward, I was pregnant. which nobody really knew.
Last
and so
we figured it out. So we saw you. Hold on.
Literally everything. Anybody who knows me knows that I have like OCD control. Like I need everything to be in order, perfect. Yeah, pregnancy made all that shit go out the window, Chad. Let me tell you something. I was just on, let me make sure these people get here safely and they don't have no, issues at the airport, and just trying to arrange all of that. And so it was just so refreshing, like the fact that it's COVID, literally 90% of the guests that, had confirmed that they were coming, canceled. And so just to see
Hold on, wait a minute. But y'all still had 1 million people at the wedding.
You hear me?
I mean, people canceled. Oh, yeah. To the end. Ain't no way.
We had
another episode. That's another episode.
I know, but sheesh.
We're gonna give y'all some background to that. Extra. It was not that many daggone people.
Lies you tell.
It was 400 people.
But so receiving, going back and forth to the airport, quite as this kept, me and my husband even got into it. He was just like, how many times are we going back to this airport? Because I don't understand. You need to communicate better. I'm telling you, all the stuff that I'm very good at went out the window with pregnancy. All the way out the window. I was sick as I don't know what. I was spitting. For all of y'all who've been pregnant before. Yeah, that spit is serious. You hear me? Keeping stuff down was difficult. And mind you, still trying to make sure that I don't advertise it to the whole world. And just a disclaimer, my husband and I have been married since 2019. We just did our wedding in 2020. So we did not have.
In other words, she's not a whore, guys. Thank you.
That's another episode.
Thanks for the fine
print.
Message. Just change the whole episode to fine print. I don't know what the title of this one is.
You know what? You hear me? Everybody needs to read, even me. Read and reread. But
ghetto outside.
Just seeing everybody come to the airport, picking them up, and it just gave me so much you know what? All the drama that has been occurring, it's worth it just to be with your people, because y'all were my people. It's one thing for my family to have their people, my husband to have his people, because they live there. That's their home base. My home base is the US of A. And to have y'all come was just so overwhelming for me. And so if I didn't express it then or throughout, the love and gratefulness and appreciation I have for each and every one of you is it's not even, I can't even put it into words. So I love all of y'all.
I love you too.
Don't worry, when I get rich, I'm gonna cash out all y'all. Don't worry.
My girl. In case y'all don't know, Nigerians are slick rich in real life. So if you got a Nigerian friend, just know that you're gonna be taken care of. You're gonna be fed. You're gonna have all of it. I'm telling you, the hospitality is real.
It is. Yes.
So, Quail, speaking of hospitality, when you arrived to the Motherland, and you got in, breathed the smoggy air, what was your perception like? What was it like? What did you feel like? What overcame you?
First of all, y'all, I was recording everything because I was so excited. I was like, so when I got there, I already was like, Jenny gonna have to adopt me because this is awesome. So when you come in, they were really friendly. You don't have that in America where people trying to weigh on you hand and foot. They were trying to get your bags, help you as much as they could. And then when Jenny came, she kind of let us know, you got to be a little aggressive. No, tell them no. Because some people was trying to get us to exchange money at the airport, outside the front. But it was really nice. So when we got there, we had already saw Jenny waiting on us, waving, smiling. And then she had us a driver. So I felt like a queen, baby.
Hello.
We had a driver everywhere we went.
Yes, we did.
I was like, I gotta move here. I want to be your cousin too.
Girl, that's a necessity in Nigeria.
So where did y'all stay though, Quail? Where did the driver drop you off at?
So we had a Airbnb, but it was really nice. It was really in the beginning.
Oh yeah, y'all had a whole bunch.
That's another episode.
Right.
My God.
We gonna have
that
a guest appearance on that episode because Ray need to be on that episode.
And
baby,
we need
Lord.
2 guests to come and talk on that one, but that's another day. So what did you, when you walked in, did you get like, huts and jungle vibes? I just want to like cancel that misconception.
So honestly, don't come for me. That's what I expected. I didn't look into, like, I'm just learning, to research where you're going.
You expected a hut?
I expected it to be, for real, y'all, I expected it to be homes with the little straw roof.
No.
And Cash was like, no, baby, no. So when I got there, I was like, hold up.
Nice.
In America, in America, they making it like it's just jungle. Hell to the no, they living it up, baby. They living it up. They ain't dressing in no dashikis every day, baby. They fabulous. The apartment was fabulous. I was like, hold up now.
Yeah.
It was.
What was you eating? What was you eating?
What, in Africa?
Yeah, how did you eat where you were?
I like the food. I don't really like plantains though, and they big on plantains.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they big on them, but I didn't like them. But
wasn't somebody cooking for y'all?
Yes, we had a chef.
First of all,
we had a chef. Yes.
That's what she was getting at. In case you didn't get that, she's like, "Oh, bitch, we had a whole."
I didn't catch y'all
for every meal.
Chef.
Yeah, and he even cooked for me too, and I didn't even stay there. even though it was ramen noodles. I'm just kidding. It wasn't.
Victor.
Yes, Victor.
Yes, Victor.
It was all the way lit. It really was, y'all.
And it was the 3 of y'all. Yeah, it was Queez. T, were you staying?
No, Queez wasn't there yet. Yeah,
I was not there. I have a different experience to let y'all know. So they'll bring me all the way up in here.
Well, we came later. Queez. Queez yourself, Queez.
Let me go to the mic. So when your girl got there, mind you, let me set the scene for you. So it's like dark. Like it's like midnight almost. So like I said, I'm half asleep and I got this lady calling my name, but it sounds like it's my name, but it's really not. So I'm like, who is this lady? And mind you, I traveled by myself. I didn't have nobody with me. So I'm like solo dolo, like everybody that's next to me. I'm like, hold on, I ain't got no shame, but I'm gonna give y'all all I got. I'm gonna give y'all all I got because I ain't got nothing else. So I see this lady calling me. So I walk up with her and I'm like, let me call Jenny real quick just to verify. So I'm like, Jenny, do I supposed to go with this lady or no? Because she might be trying to rob me. And she's like, no, you good. That's her, or whatever. I said, okay. I'm like, okay, now what I need to do? Because I'm half asleep. Then they took me to this back room. I said, oh Lord, they finna take all my stuff. they finna get me. They're like, you smuggling. I ain't smuggling nothing. He take my picture for the visa and everything, and he's like, don't smile. And I'm like, hold on now. And she asked me for chocolate, and I'm like, okay, I'm still back here. And it's like another guy with a gun come in, like security all around me, and I'm like, wait, is they gonna jump me? What's going on? So, and then when they finally give me my papers and let me go, another guy, I guess like the driver or that new Jenny or something, he comes up to me. He was like, no, don't stop, keep walking. I'm like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. And then another guy with a gun, like, stop, you, let me see your bag. And I'm like, hold on now, what is going on? Like, I'm confused. I'm sleepy. I'm discombobulated. I've been through a lot. And then I got all these folks look like they're trying to rob me all at the same time. So it's crazy at this point. So I'm like, okay, let me calm down. Let me stay on the phone with Jenny so I can have a calming voice in my head. Like, you good? I got you. You good? So I get outside. It's a whole group of people just waiting for you to come get in the taxi. And he like, no, keep walking. Keep walking. I'm like, okay. And then finally I see Jenny pull up and I'm like, yes, okay, a familiar face. And then I get in the car. She said, oh, you're not going with the other girls. You got to come over to my house. It's too late. And I said, so what now? Wait a minute. What you mean I can't go with the other girls? She's like, no, you can't cross the bridge and go over to the island this time of night. You'll get robbed. And I'm like, look, I thought I was going to get robbed this whole time. Now you're
right. that was the pre-rob for the real rob? Fine print.
The fine print. So I get to go to Jenny's house, and like I said, it's beautiful. Like, not like nothing you would think before. Like, it's no huts, no straw, it's road. I mean, yeah, it's an open sewer system, but hey, do your research. But I get to our house, it's gorgeous. She sets me up in a room and everything. Now the thing that did throw me, y'all, is ain't no face towels. Your girl was not prepared, because if I had known, I would have got me a little, the little bundle up at Walmart, would have got one of them joints and put them in the suitcase and be prepared. But see, ain't nobody tell me I wasn't gonna have no face, no hand wash. So I had to get a sponge. And
so disclaimer, we use concon, which is, or a sponge, to wash our body. That whole face towel thing, you wash your face with your hand. Just disclaimer.
See, what she's not telling you is it ain't no normal sponge that you get from Walmart that's on the rope. No. It's a sponge that's like a net that you had your potatoes in, right?
They take your whole mouth.
Great for exfoliating.
I bet your skin was soft as butter after you wash yourself.
It couldn't help but to, because they had to boil it first for me to even use that joint. You feel me?
You gotta make sure it's clean now. I ain't gonna give it nothing dirty.
But
had to rinse the potatoes off.
Had to soak their potato skin off their bag before they could put it on my skin. But you know what? I ain't gonna fret though. It was good and exfoliating, and I used every time I went somewhere, they gave me a sponge. So I always had a little scrubber dub going on. Just had to wash my hands and my face with my hands, But yeah, I got to stay with Jenny, and it was definitely an experience. When I got up the next morning, they took me around. I got to see the countryside and everything. And it was definitely, I had read up on it, so I was kind of expecting some of the stuff that I saw, but it definitely was like HBCU on steroids. All I saw was us. All I saw was us.
That's it.
That's exactly what it was. But Felicia, did you have a similar experience when you pulled up? I know that was at night, but
so yeah, I can't say that my experience was really crazy once we pulled up, because of course, well, not of course, because I don't know, but I love traveling. Like, that's truly my favorite thing. So I don't seen some weird stuff before. Like, Honduras is where my family's from. So like normally they walk around with the guns and all that kind of stuff whenever, I'm out that way. So I was kind of used to like the vibe. The only thing that was kind of overwhelming was it was so many different people around me. Like that part was a little overwhelming. Initially, before we even came, I knew what kind of lifestyle that I live. And I'm like, listen, I can't stay at nothing that don't look American. So I'm going through, I paid a good little penny staying at the Intercontinental, which is the, top notch there anyway. So when we got there, I absolutely loved our room. It was panoramic views. I had floor to ceiling windows. So it was just absolutely gorgeous.
I can confirm that room was nice.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. It seemed as if it was a corner room because of how the views of everything, but it was.
And the drinks from the bar.
Yeah. And then they had a whole buffet out there. The grounds were absolutely beautiful. Once again, I did pay a pretty penny because I need some sense of normalcy anytime I go anywhere. Whether it's Dubai, whether it's Nigeria, whether it's, Honduras, wherever, I still need to know, like, this is a brand I trust.
That thing was nice from outside, because I just saw it was
outside. Nice inside. And just like you guys said, right. Just like you guys said about like the hospitality in terms of like everyone being so welcoming. I felt that especially inside of the hotel. And the day of the wedding, when I had on my nice little outfit, they even thought I was Nigerian. I was like, no, I'm American. They said, oh, we can hear from your voice. I just kidding.
Just give it to we.
Give it to we. Damn, let me not say nothing else. But no, they thought I was one of their people. Right. And then my husband, he blended in with everything anyway, honey.
He sure
we
did.
go to the DR, he looked Dominican, it don't matter. We just make it do what it do anytime we travel.
Love them some Craig.
Yeah.
Craig and Drake. They was a duo, okay?
Look, I just was about to ask, did they come ask Craig if he wanted a second wife?
They better not.
Maybe they asked Drake. They say your wife beautiful. Do you want second wife? He was like, no, I think I'm good with one. Yeah, he was like,
he running away, y'all. I'm not paying his ass.
Well, so Jay Quell, now that we talking about all of that, and just how everybody is vibing together, how did y'all? This is really all of y'all's first time like meeting each other, right? Mm-hmm. So how did y'all vibe? Like, how did y'all interact and connect? And what was that experience like? What was your first impression of everybody here?
So the first person I met was Tiwa. And Tiwa, it was Cash, but on the podcast it was Tiwa. So Tiwa, I needed Tiwa to rescue me. So because Ray had Ray had her issue with her bag. And she was like out of it. And then when Tiwa came, Tiwa was like, a breath of fresh air to help her share, a few items that she didn't have because she didn't have a suitcase. So I was like, thank you, somebody here to help her. But Tiwa was like on everything. So when I first met, I was like, she cute. And she was like, y'all came for Jenny graduation. And I was like, we did, but we didn't get to hang out. So Tiwa was like, okay, well, I got everything planned. I'm gonna make sure y'all good. We're gonna have fun. And I was like, okay, so I'm ready. So Tiwa came with a great energy, and it just like it opened the house up. So everybody was like, okay, because we was in there wondering, so what we gonna do next? Are we just gonna stay, in the Airbnb? So when Tiwa came, we was like ready. So I knew Tiwa was lit. Like y'all, how Tiwa act on this podcast, that's who she really is. It's the same energy. It's the same energy. So we met.
One thing Tiwa is consistent. You hear me?
Yeah,
indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
And then who came next? Queez. So we met Queez the next day after being by Jenny. So we wanted to know her experience of coming in. Queez was a little quiet at first. So she warmed up once we went out to eat that night. When Tiwa took us to the restaurant, where did we go? Brass and Copper. Is it Copper or Cooper?
Brass it was Brass and Cooper or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, probably Brass and Copper, probably,
And the DJ there, he was lit. We was having a good time.
Not the hand
baby.
slap.
Right. Every single word. DJ was lit.
He was good. He was really good. So Queez kind of opened up there. So my husband and I, we got close to like Queez and Cash, and T was always by our side, baby. It was a threesome. Me and T.
Shout out to the hostess with the hostess.
She really was. And then
Thank you.
Did Fee come the next morning? After, because Fee didn't come.
I came after y'all had y'all awesome pool party, beach party, whatever y'all did. It was really great.
He came 2 nights later.
Right, raggities.
No, because Fee was a little late. She was ready, baby. Fee came ready to party. So
I really did.
She did.
And then I had brought my wig. So let me tell y'all about this experience real quick. I know this kind of off the script, but baby, men do everything in Nigeria as opposed to here in the US. So I was very surprised to walk into a nail shop / hair salon and see men doing everything. I'm talking about, and I got the videos proving in case y'all don't think I'm telling the truth. But baby, they was doing them nails, doing them toes, baby boy. And these ain't no 2 snaps and a twist guys either. They're like, this is what they do. They understand that the beauty market is really taking over because people want to look beautiful. Did my whole lace front for all of $60 US. And y'all know getting well to put on lace front. It's different. Baby, don't dye my bleach my knots and all that, baby. Yes. Like, take me back.
Oh, you got the treatment.
I did. Take me back today.
And I was a little jealous because I was like, Jenny talking about get everything done at home before you come.
Exactly.
I'm like, baby,
girl, I don't spend all that money. Okay, for $20.
But you hear me?
Oh, got a whole custom made dress made for $20.
Hello.
Listen,
my bodysuit, my little jumpers that I had got, they came over with the cloth, y'all, and was just like, okay, show me what you want. I showed a picture, baby. It was snatch. Listen, Linda, listen. Buy what in America? Boy, buy. Can't do that in Nigeria.
Made in Africa.
Get me back to my ancestors.
Take me back
Adopt me,
please
baby.
Do.
Well, Queez, what was your first impression since you came a little later than everybody else? So you like walking into a group of people.
I did. Well, first of all, I definitely came in quiet. And if you know me, you know that I come in quiet. I like to observe the room, kind of peep the scene. But I also came in quiet because Jenny probably not gonna tell you, so she had me in a 4-hour drive with no air conditioning. So your girl was hot and sweaty and was not feeling too good.
You ain't gotta say that Jenny has you because I didn't know. First of all, the vehicle that we were supposed to have,
the fine print.
Fine print. Because the vehicle that we were supposed to have had AC, and then once again we got stuck because half the bridge was shut down. We got stuck on that Lucky Bridge traffic, and baby,
the sweat was real. I ain't never.
The sweat was real. The journey was real.
Without having an actual workout, baby.
Oh my God,
I was hot. But after I got there and met the girls and everything, said hi to everybody, because I didn't know a soul. Like I said, I came by myself. So it was kind of like when Jeannie left, I'm like,
so
no.
You and Chloe didn't know each other? I thought y'all did for some reason. I thought y'all were pre-friends.
No, and it's crazy that she said that she was at Jeannie's graduation, because I didn't even see her. I didn't meet her there either. So that's crazy. But
Quail wasn't at the graduation. Quail came to DC. Her and Drake, They came to DC like a couple months later.
Queese, that was my fault. I confused Quail and Drake with you and your husband.
Yes.
that was on me. Oh. I knew it was a couple that was there, but I couldn't remember
it was
couple.
Queese and Tyrion. Okay.
We definitely made that pilgrimage. That's for another podcast, because we won't talk about that story right now. But
listen.
But yeah, I came in, I was quiet, I got to meet everybody, whatever. I saw my sister Cash, so I was a little bit happy about it. But everybody was very nice. Like Quail said, Tiwa was like awesome host. She loosened everybody up, got everybody, going, got everybody hyped. So I love this.
And drunk. Don't forget that.
yes. But she had wonderful energy, and I appreciated that, because they helped me to come out and get comfortable. And we all became like super close just from a small amount of time. So I really did appreciate feeling like I had family from away from home, because I was by myself.
I love it.
Well, thank y'all. I appreciate it. I love that y'all said that, because, baby, let me tell you, I was socially exhausted. Right?
I know
because that ain't even really for real.
Yeah, hosting ain't a Tiwa thing. I was so proud of her and so thankful.
Definitely.
I am not, especially when it comes to women. No, that is not even me for real. So I really had to put on. All right, Tiwa, we just gonna pretend like, you know what I'm saying, this show in a circle, and we gonna act like, you know what I'm saying, it's 2012 and you just crossed, and we gonna be lit. That's all. I'm like, we gonna act like it's Albany State 2012, circle 2012, just crossed off line. Bumping, shaking it to do with Michael Montana. And,
oh my God.
The whole scenario.
Yeah, I definitely thank you, Tiwa. It was great hospitality all around, the whole family. So Jenny, I know we only have a few minutes left, but what's your final take on looking at how we're all together now, having this business together, doing this podcast together, and we all started from not knowing each other at all, but you are the mutual link. So how do you feel?
Let me tell y'all something. If you ever need, okay. Go
on, say if I ever need what? Baby girl.
Go back and read the fine print.
Brought to you by Queen.
Right. I feel like if you ever need affirmation or confirmation for the type of person that you are, it's really important to look around you and see who you surround yourself with. And the fact that, because I strategically chose everybody that I wanted in my wedding. I didn't do it off of, oh yeah, girl, that's my play cousin. No. I literally strategically chose everybody for a reason. And of course, Fee is like my big sister.
I wasn't even in the wedding, but I was in the wedding. I didn't even know.
And so it literally, the fact that everybody just vibed with each other, it was no drama. It was everybody just clicked and just was like, it's overwhelming to know that people love you enough to sacrifice, quote unquote, their health to come, celebrate with you, but also genuine, loving boss women and husbands. Shout out to the husbands that came through, but it's so like overwhelming, and I'm so appreciative and grateful that something that started off as a celebration has expanded into something so great and phenomenal. And I just can't wait to see the growth. And I'm so glad that you guys have all been able to connect with each other outside of me. And that's what I love, like connecting with other people that, have pick up where you lack and, you can give where they lack. Just y'all are awesome. Absolutely awesome.
And I definitely have to give I want to give an extra shout out to the husbands, especially Drake. Drake hung in there with the girls, baby. Like I know he was missing, having another man around. Drake really hung in there, so I have to give the extra shout out to Drake. And I promised him I had a friend coming, and when Craig and Fee pulled up, I said, "I told you, I got you, man."
And he was happy, baby. He was happy to have
like testosterone, yes.
So, but I have to give it to Drake for holding it down for 2 days. But with all women.
Absolutely. So Jenny, take us through what are we looking for our next podcast? What can the people expect to hear?
Just to wrap it up, she's a queen to be. Don't judge my voice. Listen, I can hold a melody. I was holding it down with our little song. But y'all can look forward to better preparations in Nigeria. Like just a whole Yoruba traditional ceremony with it, like everything, and even a little background information that I was not privy to. Shout out to all y'all who held it down and keeping secrets from me, because y'all know I stress over everything, and I didn't know nothing that happened until after that wedding. And baby, when y'all hear this, woo! Wait, when I say it was about to go down. In Lucky, you hear me? Bruh. They wasn't ready for these U.S. babies. You hear me?
Yeah, this next podcast, guys, y'all definitely don't want to miss it.
Y'all better tune in.
Stay tuned. Because your sis is here.
Might need to be a little longer because, baby.
Yeah, the tea is piping hot. Sis is bringing you the tea hot. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.